Put them together, you get... Yo, I've been having so much fun with these free plugins I'm about to show you that at some point I was like, why not make a proper video so you guys can join in on the fun too. Let's go! First, let's look at the interfaces, have a play around with some of the presets, talk about the features, and after I will open a couple projects of mine that I've used these plugins in, and you guys can get a better idea of proper use case scenarios for them. Both plugins I'm about to show you are by Ronan Fed, and these are not new by any chance, but they're definitely slept on. PneumaPro that you see on your screens right now has 4 oscillators, 1 noise oscillator and 1 sub oscillator too. In addition, there are 2 sampler oscillators which you can bring in your own samples and manipulate them, mix them up with the other oscillators to come up with new sounds. To be honest, it can do pretty much anything that a synthesizer like Serum can do, just less graphic. And it has actually a couple extra things that I really like about it, which is the step sequencer. To the bottom left, if you change from keyboard to step sequencer, you can start sequencing bass line, chords and melodies just like you would do on a Roland 303. And I will show you how this works in a bit. To the top right hand side, you have your effects panel, arpeggiator, distortion, EQ and filter, phaser, chorus, delay, reverb and compressor. Below that, you have 2 knobs for saturation and bass for the output of the entire plugin. Control over whether the synthesizer is in mono or stereo and how much. You can change the bottom right hand side monitor using this button to oscilloscope and spectrum. On the top left, you can change the polyphony to up to 32. You got 4 LFOs to assign to different parameters, 4 modulation envelopes and 1 amp envelope. Let's go through some presets, starting with arpeggiators. While I'm playing the presets, if you don't hear any note changes sometimes, it's not because you can't, it's because I have one hand on the mouse and the other on the keyboard because I want to adjust the cutoff and reso of the filter as I'm playing so you guys can hear how you can manipulate it as you go. Of course, you can tweak the arpeggiator to your taste. Right now the mode is on down. Let's put it to up and down. Turn down the gate knob. And let's slow down a little bit. Let's try out some trance arps. You got all kinds of basses to play around with. Don't forget that to the bottom right you can add some more sub to your sound or some saturation. Let's turn the ARP on for this one, change the speed to 1/8, gate it a little bit and just hold 3 notes. Let's try out a Psytrance bass. Okay, change it to step sequencer, turn it on. Now if I hold a note, it just keeps going because every step is being played with the same velocity and gate and everything. If I turn down the gate knob, but now let's turn off every other step. We can change the speed of the sequencer and the amount of steps. Now let's say we turn on step sequencer number 2, put the slide on. Now I want to do the same for 14. Bring down the gate on step sequencer 2. This obviously works better for certain sounds than others, but to set up a proper sequence, let's say you're going to be holding the note D on your keyboard. Right now, because all of these are on 0 down here, everything is going to be played on D. But if I change the third one to +2 semitones, that's now E. Let's go one more to F. So this is now playing F, then everything else will play D. And this is how you can set up your sequence in a way that it plays a melody, but you're holding one note or two notes max. Some of the best presets that I like to use often from the synth are under sequencer and rhythmic folders. And here you have for Psytrance, trance, acid, techno even. It's just so easy to get inspired, build something around these, and then tweak them. Or when you have something already and you're looking for that nice synth layer in the back that comes and goes. Every time I'm stuck, I come here. Every preset under the sequence folder usually have the step sequencer turned on. And right now, because the mode is on mono, you can only play one note at a time. If you change it to poly, now you can play chords. It will not always turn out fine because of the changes in notes down here. Let's check out some of the rhythmic ones like tech bass. What I didn't expect to get in this was kind of realistic cinematic strings, but listen to this. That's pretty good for a synthesizer. Beautiful. You got all kinds of leads, keyboards, effects. These are actually pretty cool. Ooh, pre-delay on the reverb. Let me show you something cool that I did last night with this exact plugin. It's actually in this project. It's this sound, I believe, yes. So it's literally one note on D on the downbeat of every bar. And what I did, this sound itself wasn't like this, but I want to show you the original sound that it was first and then how I added the reverb and stuff to make it sound the way it is. So I'm gonna duplicate this. There it is. The original preset sounded like this. And now what I've done to it sounds like this. I messed with the reverb a lot in particular. I did add some bass and saturation and distortion, but the reverb itself, what really makes this tick is this 800 millisecond on pre-delay. So let's play this. And then I added another layer of just like a growl using PneumaPro again, Synth, Distro Hit 02, some tweaks here and there, but not too much. And now you got this. Just the foundation of a drop. As you can see, there is nothing else in the project. I was just messing around with PneumaPro and the other one, which I'm about to show you, that I did the melody on. So the second synthesizer by Ronan Fed that I wanted to share with you is called EssencePlus. This one has less presets, that's everything it's got. It's laid out maybe a little bit more complicated. It doesn't have a step sequencer. You have 3 oscillators plus a sub and noise oscillator down below, 2 LFOs, 2 mod envelopes, 1 amp envelope, a filter envelope and a filter, effects to the right hand side, and in general it just offers you a slightly different kinds of sounds. Classic trance for sure. What I use for the melodies I'm about to play for you are plug 1 and 2. Okay, here is the melody that I came up with. To be honest, what you see on the screen actually took me 10 minutes max to put together in its entirety, and I was actually just trying to test out some presets for PneumaPro for the purposes of this video. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, that sounds good. And I just put together this 3-4 layers of sounds and put the bass line and kick under it. And that was that. I just pulled up my latest Psytrance project that I use PneumaPro in for my main melodies. As you can see, there are 5-6 instances of PneumaPro up here, and if I scroll down, there will be a couple more down here too. There they are. I want to play this for you. Have a listen. Most of the MIDIs that you see, most, not all, are PneumaPro. Some of them are Serum. Actually, the bass line is Serum mainly. Let's have a listen, then I will quickly break down a couple of things about it.
Someone like you.
I haven't worked on this section onwards just yet. I've come to about 5 minutes, and now I need to switch from triplets to the straight rhythm. So quickly, some of the main things I've done using PneumaPro. One is this guy. The key thing I had to do was to change the delay, of course, to a triplet for my triplet section, and the same melody and sound was used on the straight rhythm section, which is here. With the dotted delay instead. Another main sound in this project is this one. I messed with this preset until I liked what I heard. One of the layers from this main melody is PneumaPro as well. So we got a layer of Serum that sounds like this. And then we got a layer from Nexus. Finally, PneumaPro's layer. Put them together, you get basically what I'm trying to say is that for two free synthesizers, these guys are pulling their weight. The first bad news is that they're only available for Windows and not Mac. The second bad news is that for whatever reason, Ronan Fed is not active anymore and they took down all the free download links from every website. But the main good news is that I kept the installer for both these plugins and you can find the links for them down in the description. Download them, enjoy them, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next one.
It's time to wake up. Of what is.